Time is the one currency you can't earn back. Once it's gone forever. And yet most people throw it away like it's worthless. They scroll mindlessly, chase temporary pleasures, and make excuses instead of taking action. But here's the brutal truth. Every second you waste is a betrayal to your future self. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It only rewards results. Winners understand this. They don't wait for motivation. They don't blame circumstances. They take control of their time, cut distractions, and execute relentlessly. If you're not moving forward, you're falling behind. So ask yourself, are you investing your time or wasting it? Because success isn't about luck. It's about what you do right now. Stop wasting time. Your future depends on it. Let's get one thing straight. Time is the only resource you can't get back. Money, you can always earn more. Opportunities, they come and go. But time, once it's gone forever. And yet, most people treat it like it's infinite. They wake up, waste hours on nonsense, and then wonder why they're stuck in the same place year after year. The reality is simple. If you don't respect your time, you don't respect your future. Every second you spend on distractions, every minute you lose to laziness is a direct theft from your potential. You think successful people got where they are by accident? No. They understood the value of time long before you did. They knew that wasting it was the fastest way to stay broke, weak, and irrelevant. So ask yourself, are you investing your time or are you throwing it away? Think about your average day. How much of it is spent on things that actually move you forward? Be honest, because if you're like most people, you're drowning in distractions. Social media, pointless conversations, mindless entertainment. They're all designed to steal your focus. And the worst part, you let them. You willingly hand over your most valuable asset to things that give you nothing in return. That's not just careless, it's self-sabotage. Winners don't have more hours in the day than you do. They just refuse to waste them. They cut out the noise, lock in, and get to work. Meanwhile, you're stuck in a cycle of procrastination, waiting for some magical moment of motivation that's never coming. Newsflash, motivation is a myth. Action is the only thing that matters. And if you're not acting, you're failing. Let's talk about excuses, because that's all they are. Excuses. I don't have time. I'll start tomorrow. It's too hard. Sound familiar? Of course it does. They're the same lies people tell themselves to avoid facing the truth. They're lazy. They'd rather stay comfortable than put in the work. But here's the reality. No one cares about your excuses. The world doesn't reward explanations, it rewards results. You think the guy who built an empire did it by complaining? No, he did it by outworking everyone around him. He did it by treating every minute like it was his last. You want success? Then stop talking and start doing. Stop waiting for the perfect moment and make this moment perfect. Time doesn't wait for you. Why should success? Discipline isn't optional. It's mandatory. You either control your time or time controls you. And right now, most of you are being controlled. You're slaves to your habits, your distractions, your own weakness. That's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. The only way out is through discipline. You have to train yourself to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to hand you success on a silver platter. You have to take it. And that starts with mastering your time. Cut the nonsense, cut the laziness, cut the excuses. The moment you do, you'll realize how much time you've been wasting and how much power you've been giving away. Here's the brutal reality. If you're not building your future, you're building someone else's. Every minute you spend watching someone else's success is a minute you're not creating your own. Every hour you lose to distraction is an hour your competition is using to get ahead. The world isn't fair. It doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about what you produce. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep wasting time? Or are you going to start making it count? The choice is yours. But remember, time doesn't stop, and neither should you. You want to know the difference between winners and losers? Winners move before they're ready. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for the perfect plan. They take action, adjust, and keep going. Losers, they wait. They hesitate. They overthink. And by the time they finally decide to act, it's too late. Don't be that person. Don't let fear or doubt steal your time. The clock is ticking. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. So what are you going to do about it? Let me tell you something brutally honest. Excuses are the currency of the weak. Every time you say, I can't, it's too hard, or I'll do it tomorrow, you're not just lying to others, you're lying to yourself. The truth is, there's never a perfect time, never ideal circumstances, never some magical moment when everything aligns. Winners understand this fundamental truth. If you wait for perfect conditions, you'll be waiting your entire life. Right now, as you're listening to this, someone with less talent, fewer resources, and more obstacles is out there making it happen because they refused to make excuses. That person could be you if you just stop lying to yourself about why you haven't started yet. Think about the last time you failed at something. Now be honest with yourself. Was it really because of circumstances beyond your control? Or was it because you didn't prepare enough, didn't work hard enough, didn't push through when it got difficult? The uncomfortable truth is that 99% of failures come down to personal accountability. The market wasn't bad, your product wasn't good enough. The test wasn't unfair, you didn't study hard enough. The competition wasn't cheating, you weren't training seriously enough. When you start seeing your failures as feedback rather than fate, that's when real growth begins. Every excuse you make is like putting a brick in the wall between you and your potential. Let's talk about the most dangerous excuse of all. I don't have time. That's complete nonsense. You have the same 24 hours as everyone else who's ever achieved anything great. The difference isn't time, it's priorities. When you say you don't have time for something, what you're really saying is that it's not important enough to you. And that's fine, but don't lie to yourself about it. If you truly wanted to build that business, you'd find time. If you really wanted to get in shape, you'd make it happen. The cold reality is that your excuses reveal your true priorities. And most people don't like what they see when they're finally honest with themselves. Here's what separates winners from everyone else. Winners take full responsibility for everything in their lives. Bad breakup? They examine what they could have done better. Business failed? They analyze their mistakes. Not where they want to be financially, they look at their own decisions, not the economy. This isn't about blame, it's about power. When you take full responsibility, you take full control. Excuses make you a victim of circumstances. Accountability makes you the architect of your destiny. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you start making progress. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you heard a truly successful person make excuses? Exactly. You don't hear champions complaining about the weather, the refs, or bad luck. They focus on what they can control, their effort, their preparation, their mindset. Meanwhile, losers are always explaining why they couldn't, shouldn't, or didn't. Your excuses might make you feel better in the moment, but they're slowly killing your potential. Every justification you make is another step toward mediocrity. The path to greatness isn't paved with explanations, it's built on results. Period. Consider this. The most valuable skill you can develop isn't some secret strategy or special technique. It's the ability to look at your own failures without flinching. Most people can't do this. They'd rather invent elaborate excuses than face their own shortcomings. But here's the paradox. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment you become unstoppable. When you stop blaming traffic for being late and start leaving earlier, you're in control. When you stop complaining about your boss and start improving your skills, you're in control. Excuses keep you trapped in a cycle of frustration. Accountability sets you free to create real change. The clock is ticking. Every excuse you make is another minute wasted, another opportunity missed. The world doesn't care about your reasons. It only responds to results. You can either spend your life explaining why you couldn't, or you can start proving that you can. The choice is yours, but choose wisely. Because while you're busy making excuses, someone else is busy making history. Stop making excuses. Start making progress. Let's cut through the noise right now. Distractions are killing your potential. Every ping, every scroll, every meaningless conversation is stealing time you'll never get back. The modern world is designed to keep you weak, to keep you unfocused, to keep you addicted to cheap dopamine hits instead of real achievement. You think it's a coincidence that the most successful people on earth guard their focus like their life depends on it? It's not. They understand something most people refuse to admit. Distraction is the silent killer of dreams. While you're lost in endless feeds and pointless entertainment, your competition is outworking you, outthinking you, and outperforming you. Wake up. Your attention is the most valuable thing you own. Stop giving it away for free. Think about your daily routine. How many hours do you waste on things that add zero value to your life? Social media, gossip, binge watching shows you won't remember next week. These aren't just harmless habits, they're traps. The system wants you distracted because distracted people don't build empires. They don't change the world. They stay exactly where they are. Consumers, not creators. Winners don't have more discipline than you. They just have better filter. They know what's important and they ruthlessly eliminate everything else. If you're serious about success, you need to do the same. Delete the apps. Cut the nonsense. Lock in. The moment you stop letting distractions control you is the moment you start controlling your destiny. Let's talk about your phone, the biggest distraction machine ever created. You check it dozens, maybe hundreds of times a day, and for what? To see what someone else is doing? To consume content instead of creating it? That little device in your pocket is the reason you're not where you want to be. It's not a tool, it's a leash. And the worst part, you put it there yourself. Successful people use technology, they don't let technology use them. They don't scroll mindlessly, they learn, they build, they execute. Meanwhile, you're drowning in notifications, reacting to everything and focusing on nothing. If you want to change your life, start by changing your relationship with your phone. Silence the noise. Reclaim your focus. Your future self will thank you. Entertainment is the enemy of execution. Let that sink in. The more time you spend being entertained, the less time you spend building something meaningful. And make no mistake, this isn't an accident. The entire entertainment industry exists to keep you passive, to keep you distracted, to keep you from realizing your own potential. Winners don't avoid fun. They just prioritize winning first. They know that temporary pleasure is nothing compared to permanent success. So ask yourself, are you being entertained or are you executing? Are you consuming or are you creating? The difference between those two choices is the difference between a life of mediocrity and a life of mastery. Choose wisely. Your environment is either fueling your focus or feeding your distractions. Look around right now. What do you see? A space designed for productivity or a trap filled with time wasters? Most people surround themselves with chaos and then wonder why they can't concentrate. Winners don't leave focus to chance. They engineer their environment to eliminate distractions before they even appear. They don't rely on willpower, they remove temptation entirely. If you're serious about success, you need to do the same. Clean your space, organize your life, remove everything that doesn't serve your goals. Distractions will always exist, but they don't have to exist in your world. So here's the hard truth, you're addicted to distraction. You've trained your brain to crave constant stimulation, to fear silence, to avoid deep work at all costs. That's why you can't focus. That's why you procrastinate. That's why you feel restless the moment you try to do something meaningful. But here's the good news. You can retrain your brain. It starts with small wins. 10 minutes of undistracted work, then 20, then an hour. Before long, you'll realize something shocking. Focus is a muscle, and yours has atrophied. But just like any muscle, it can grow stronger. The question is, are you willing to put in the work? The world rewards those who can focus in an age of distraction. It always has, and it always will. While everyone else is lost in the noise, you could be building something extraordinary. The choice is yours. continue down the path of distraction, or cut the cord and start creating the life you actually want. One path leads to regret, the other leads to results. Eliminate the distractions, embrace the focus. The rest will follow. Let me tell you a hard truth you've been avoiding. Discipline isn't just some optional trait for high achievers. It's the price of admission for the life you claim you want. You say you want success, wealth, power, then why are you still hitting snooze? Why are you still scrolling when you should be working? Why are you still making excuses instead of making progress? The reality is brutal but simple. Discipline is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. And right now, that bridge is crumbling because you refuse to build it. Winners aren't born disciplined. They choose it every single day, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. That's the difference between you and the person living the life you envy. They did what you won't. Think about the last time you set a goal and failed. Was it because the goal was impossible? Or was it because you gave up the moment it got uncomfortable? Most people treat discipline like a light switch, something they'll turn on when they're ready. Newsflash, that day never comes. Discipline isn't something you find, it's something you forge through relentless action. You don't wait to feel motivated to go to the gym. You go because it's Tuesday. You don't wait for inspiration to work on your business. You work because success demands consistency, not fairy dust. The myth of motivation has destroyed more potential than any failure ever could. Stop waiting to feel like it. Start acting like the person you need to become. Let's talk about comfort, your greatest enemy. Every time you choose the easy path, every time you cave to instant gratification, you're not just making a bad choice, you're reinforcing weakness. Discipline is the antidote to this poison. It's saying no to the dessert when you're trying to lose weight. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's working when everyone else is playing. These small acts of discipline compound over time into unshakable confidence and undeniable results. But here's the catch. You can't buy discipline. You can't fake it. You either do the work or you don't. And right now, your life is a mirror reflecting exactly how much work you've been willing to do. If you don't like what you see, change it. Freedom isn't free. It's bought with discipline. That's the paradox most people never understand. They think freedom means doing whatever they want, whenever they want. That's not freedom. That's slavery to your impulses. Real freedom, financial freedom, time freedom, the freedom to live life on your terms, comes from the disciplined pursuit of excellence. The billionaire isn't free because he does whatever he feels like. He's free because he did what was necessary when it was necessary. The athlete isn't free because he skips training. He's free because he trained when others partied. You want freedom? Then embrace the grind. The temporary sacrifice of discipline is nothing compared to the permanent regret of weakness. Your future isn't created in grand gestures. It's built in daily disciplines. That extra hour of sleep you didn't need, that's a brick in the wall between you and your goals. That unnecessary hour on social media, that's another layer of order in the prison of mediocrity. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about progression. It's showing up even when you don't want to, especially when you don't want to. Because here's what they don't tell you. The days you least feel like doing the work are the days that matter most. Those are the days that separate winners from the rest. Those are the days that build mental toughness. Those are the days you'll look back on with pride, if you don't quit. Let's be brutally honest. You've been lied to. Society tells you to follow your passion, to wait for inspiration, to live your truth. That's garbage. Passion fades. Inspiration is fleeting. The only thing that lasts, discipline. The discipline to keep going when passion burns out. The discipline to push through when inspiration evaporates. The discipline to stay the course when everyone else quits. That's what creates legends. That's what builds empires. That's what turns ordinary men into unstoppable forces. You don't need more motivation. You need more discipline. Motivation is the spark. Discipline is the fire. And right now, your fire is dying because you refuse to feed it. The clock is ticking. Every undisciplined moment is another step toward a life of what if. What if you'd worked harder? What if you'd stayed focused? What if you'd pushed through the pain? Don't let that be your story. Don't let weakness write your ending. The path to greatness is paved with disciplined action, relentless, consistent, uncompromising action. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. The world doesn't care about your excuses. It only responds to results. Choose discipline today or regret tomorrow. The choice is yours.